Among the many whispered societies rumored to exist in the hidden layers of history, few evoke as much fascination and quiet dread as the Circle of the Midnight Glass. The group does not seek wealth, nor political influence, nor the adoration of the masses. Their aim is something far more elusive, far more dangerous: the ability to step outside of the world as we know it. They are said to travel not physically but consciously, passing through reflective surfaces into alternate realities, branching timelines and parallel histories. According to their teachings, every decision ever made creates a new path, a new world, a new universe. And these worlds do not fade. They coexist simultaneously, like panes of glass stacked atop one another. The Circle claims to have found a way to cross between them. The true origins of the Circle are uncertain, deliberately obscured. No founding documents or centralized records exist, and the group leaves no organizational footprint in history. However, references scattered across various esoteric manuscripts suggest that the society emerged sometime during the late 1700s to early 1800s, during a period of intense fascination with mysticism, mesmerism, and the metaphysical sciences. The earliest verified mention is found in a private diary belonging to an aristocratic French occultist named Etienne Duvernier, 1971. In it, he describes attending a clandestine gathering where a circle of the glass demonstrated the ability to slip one's thought body beyond the veil of this world. He wrote, "The mirror was not a reflection, but a doorway, and through it I saw a world identical to ours, yet altered in subtle and terrible ways." After this entry, Varnier disappeared. His estate remained untouched, as if he simply walked out of his life and never returned. Similar disappearances, attributed to mirror obsessions, appear intermittently across the decades. The Circle's core philosophy rests upon a single principle: reality is not singular, it is layered. They teach that every reflective surface is a boundary, a thin membrane between one universe and the next. Most people see only their reflection because they are anchored fully in this reality, bound by identity, memory, and physical form. But through specific mental and ritual techniques, the mind can be loosened, allowing consciousness to extend beyond the physical self. They reject the common assumption that the mirror shows the same world reversed. To them, mirrors display the nearest parallel version of reality, one where history unfolded in nearly the same way, but not entirely. Every mirror, therefore, reflects a neighboring universe. Different mirrors reveal different universes. Different universes hold different versions of events. Different events shape different destinies. This belief explains the ritual emphasis on mirror selection, conditioning, and dedication. Each mirror must be bonded to the practitioner. To join the Circle, one undergoes an initiation known as the Rite of the Still Water. It is performed in complete darkness, with only a single bowl of pure water placed before the initiate. The water acts as the first mirror. The initiate must calm the mind until their reflection becomes steady, unmoving, like a frozen photograph. The Circle teaches that most people have minds like disturbed water, emotions, fears, desires, memories rippling constantly. Only when the mind becomes still can one see the layers of reality beneath. If the initiate panics, breaks concentration, or experiences hallucinations they cannot control, the rite is stopped. Only those capable of maintaining absolute composure in the face of shifting perception proceed to further training. This emphasis on mental discipline distinguishes the Circle from less structured occult movements. They do not seek dreamers or believers. They seek minds capable of holding two realities at once without fracturing. Once accepted, the new member is instructed to create their first tool: a midnight mirror. This is not an ordinary mirror. It must be handcrafted, polished by the initiate's own labor, backed with pure obsidian dust or darkened silver. consecrated under a moonless sky. The mirror is round, symbolizing timelessness and infinite cycles. It is placed in a private chamber, used only for astral projection rites. The midnight mirror becomes a personal gateway, tuned specifically to the initiate's consciousness. If a mirror is lost, broken, or stolen, the practitioner must cease all journeying, for they have lost their anchor to the original world. Contrary to popular imagination, the circle's rituals are not loud, dramatic, or theatrical. They involve stillness, focus, and gradual separation of the self from the physical body. The technique resembles deep meditation, but with the added visual focus of the midnight mirror. The practitioner sits before the mirror, breathing steadily, allowing awareness to sink inward. The reflection begins to blur, not visually, but perceptually. The mind stops recognizing the reflection as the self and begins to perceive it as another version of the self existing elsewhere. At the moment where the two selves resonate, a sensation described as like hearing your own thoughts echoed back from a distance, the practitioner steps through not physically, but consciously. The body remains seated. The mind travels. This is astral projection, but not into spirit realms, rather into alternate physical worlds. The practitioner wakes in a parallel world, inside the body of their alternate self, experiencing reality as they lived it. Knowledge, memories, and perspective shift accordingly, though the traveler retains awareness of their origin. Accounts from recovered journals and testimonies of defectors describe cities built where oceans exist in our world, civilizations that never collapsed, empires that rose differently, worlds where technology took vastly different paths, lifetimes where familiar people exist but are strangers, or where lost loved ones are still alive. Histories where a single event changed everything. Some worlds are wonders, some are nightmares. The circle warns initiates never to stay too long in another world. The longer one remains, the more their identity blurs. The mind may forget which world was the original. This is called the unraveling, a spiritual dissociation beyond repair. There is one law the circle forbids above all. Never cross through a cracked or damaged reflective surface. A damaged mirror no longer reflects a single stable parallel world. It reflects multiple realities intersecting, fragmented, and unstable. Travelers who attempt to cross through such mirrors are said to encounter worlds where logic fails, places that are not governed by physical law, time, or identity. Those who return, if they return, are never mentally whole again. Their speech becomes disjointed, their memory layered with contradictory histories. Many no longer recognize themselves, their surroundings, or the concept of a singular world. It is said the circle has a separate chamber for these broken travelers, called the Room of Echoes, where they are kept in constant care, whispering fragments of lives that never happened. Unlike many secret societies, the circle does not recruit. It does not advertise. It does not seek recognition. Its membership is small, quiet, and deeply private. Many are scholars, artists, physicists, historians, individuals already curious about the unseen architecture of reality. The group is not concerned with controlling the world. They are concerned with understanding the multiverse and with preserving the stability of consciousness across realities. They believe that identity is not a fixed point, but a relationship across infinite versions of the self. To know oneself fully, one must look not inward, but across worlds. The circle avoids exposure for a simple reason. If the world believed that alternate realities are accessible, and that versions of every person exist elsewhere, it would shatter the foundation of identity, society, religion, morality, and meaning. Their silence, therefore, is not secrecy for power. It is secrecy for protection of both the world and the self.